There are certain players in every era that shapes not just how the outcome of the era, but shapes how we view other players. And whether it's right or not, that's just how it is. I think about it. Because of Michael Jordan's dominance, we view Dominique Wilkins differently. We view Charles Barkley differently. We view someone like John Stockton differently. All great players, but because they was never able to win the chip, because you have Michael Jordan, and the 2 years that Michael Jordan wasn't there, you had Akeem Olajuwon. Like, we look at those players differently, and we discuss those players differently. That's just sports in general. And also, it doesn't even have to be about, it's not just basketball. Think about it. The way because Tom Brady, we look at Aaron Rodgers a little differently. We look at Drew Brees a little differently. We look at Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is a big one. We look at Phillip Rivers differently. In fact, let's take Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees out of it. Let's look at Phillip Rivers. You look at Phillip Rivers drastically different. In this era now, I think Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow are going to be in contention for a lot of championships, which is going to change the way that we view, or when it's all said and done, we're going to look at Josh Allen a little differently. We're going to look at Justin Herbert. We're probably going to look at Lamar Jackson a little differently, because they were if it plays out the way that it's currently playing out, they were never able to get over that hump and win the championship. We look at Charles Barkley as the butt of the joke inside the NBA. When quiet is kept, Charles Barkley is probably the second best. Is the second best player on that panel, and to be honest with you, he was very close to Shaq. Shaq was just the most dominant, of course. He played with Kobe and had championships, but Charles Barkley wasn't that far off when we talk about dominance. Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest scorers the league has ever seen. Not the greatest, but one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen. Definitely one of the greatest scorers of his generation. Carmelo Anthony is a 10-time All-Star. He's made all second team twice, all third team twice. He was a scoring champ, rookie first team, and of course he was on the All 75 team, All NBA 75. When we talk about Carmelo Anthony, and think about that. Think about the era in which Carmelo Anthony was in as a forward. Just think about the forwards that were playing when Carmelo Anthony was playing. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. Like these look, Kobe Bryant was still there. Tim Duncan. When we talk about Melo, a lot of times we get brought up, of course, is his lack of championships. Completely negating, for a lot of people, negates everything he's done in his career. Melo, in my opinion, will go down as one of the greatest scorers and probably one of the most beautiful jump shots we've ever seen. I respect the argument, and I agree with a lot of the points when people ask, Well, who is going to retire his jersey? That's the problem with journeymen, and not journeymen. Well, that's the problem with players that have been on multiple teams. Carmelo Anthony, he I think he played 6 years in 6 years in Denver, and I think 7 years for the Knicks. And in those years, of course, for Denver, they did make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think he made it to the second round in New York, maybe once or twice. However, Melo was Melo, man. He will go down as one of the greatest scorers to ever play. And I do love and respect the fact that he's able to go off on his own terms, not because of injury, not because of any off the field or off the court thing. He's because he retired after 19 years. Shouts out to Melo, probably the greatest Syracuse basketball player we've ever seen. One of the greatest scorers we've ever seen. One of the purest jump shooters we've ever seen. Baltimore's finest. Has his jersey retired at Syracuse and probably going to have his jersey retired in Denver. And I think that they're going to retire both. I think Denver could argue. I would not be upset, and I hope that they do this. I think Denver will be the first team to retire one number for two players. I think that they're going to retire Carmelo Anthony's 15 jersey, and I think they're going to retire Nikola Jokic's 15 jersey. But shouts out to Melo, man. Shouts out to Melo on an incredible career. And Melo was that dude, bro. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.